Hello, COMS 622 classmates. My name is Ellie Frazier, and I chose to write about the motivational framework, which could be found in Chapter 5 of our textbook. It really stuck out to me, and I thought the concept of motivation applied to the workplace was really interesting, and the motivational framework is really cool to be able to think about in terms of that. So let's get started. Motivation can really be applied to any type of situation, and it's why we do what we do every single day. So it's a really broad topic, but I do want to give you the book's definition of motivation just so you have an understanding of exactly what I'm talking about. And it's on page 170 in the book, and they say it's the set of forces that causes people to engage in one behavior rather than some alternative behavior. So why do you go to the gym, or why do you go to the work? You probably go to work instead of stay in bed so you can make money. Like a simple concept like that. Motivation drives every single action and behavior we have. And because of that, it's super important that we take that concept into the workplace. So bosses and managers might want to know what motivates their employees so that they can know how to better motivate them and get better results from them. You might remember the equation performance equals motivation times ability times environment. So if one of those three categories is low, you're not going to get the best results. So, and motivation, of course, is the hardest for bosses or managers to control, and therefore maybe should be studied the most or looked into the most by them, because they can control the other two a little bit more, but I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about that. The first part of the motivational framework, there's 6 parts, is when someone experiences a need deficiency. So a need deficiency could be something like, for today's sake, I'll apply it to the workplace. So maybe someone needs a higher salary to be able to pay their bills, or maybe someone needs a bigger office because their office is too claustrophobic for them, or maybe they need to switch seats because the person next to them talks too loud and distracts them. So little things like this every day in the workplace happen to us and motivate us to act a certain way. So next is searching for ways to satisfy those needs. So maybe you think, okay, I'm going to move to this desk so that I don't have to hear them talk, or I'm going to buy a pair of headphones so I don't have to hear them talk, or I'm going to ask the boss for a raise, or I'm going to stay longer to make more money, work more hours. All those are options for whatever needs could be, and of course, endless possibilities in the workplace. So then we're going to move on to the choice of goal-directed behavior. So goal-directed behavior is behavior that's directed towards achieving your goal. If that helps you understand that at all, I'm not sure, or maybe that made it more confusing. But you're trying to achieve a goal, and that's why you choose the certain behavior you do. So this step, you're not actually acting it out, you're just choosing it. So maybe you're mulling over a few different options in your head, like the headphones versus moving seats. Will the person be more offended if I move seats? Will they be more offended if I wear headphones? Just kind of weighing your options. And then we move into step 4, where you're actually acting out the decision you've made. So enactment of behavioral choice. So this can be a continual thing, like every single day you're choosing to stay later so that you get paid overtime by the end of the week. Or it could be something as simple as asking your boss to move chairs, and that's it. That's one and done. They say yes, they say no. It's a one and done type of choice. And then step 5 is experiencing a reward or punishment. So the boss said yes to moving, yay, you get to sit somewhere else, you can focus better, or whatever the need may be, or they say no, and you're kind of stuck in the same place. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but they're going to say yes or no, so you're going to experience a reward or punishment. And that happens a lot to each of us every single day if you really think about it. So that's super interesting. And then 6 is reassessment of need deficiency. So like I said, if they say no to your offer, or if something happens where you try to stay later, but your company isn't really noticing it and you're not going to get promoted or something like that. So you're still going to have that need. So you're going to reassess kind of what worked and what didn't. So if it worked, great, you'll probably find a new need in the future very soon. And if not, you're kind of going to start back at square one of experiencing that need deficiency because it's still there, and you can go through the entire process again. Some people who I looked at their research said that you should really bosses and managers can try to tailor their speaking styles to those around them. So even if you're an employee, if you're not a boss or manager, you can still try to implement some of this stuff for motivation, because I'm sure there's still people that you're in charge of somewhere. So kind of tailoring your speech to those around you and figuring out what kind of speech gets others motivated. You can use game-like tactics. You can kind of make certain projects into more of a game-driven base for someone that might work for. You can use technology to motivate people. There's all kinds of options out there. So if you're a manager, a boss, if you're not, there's probably still people under you somewhere, or your colleagues that you can help motivate to do a better job. So those categories are kind of interesting. I don't have a lot of time to talk about them, but you can do more research on your own if it interests you, and you can kind of figure out some tactics you might be able to implement to motivate others in the workplace, as well as think about your own motivational framework and how that affects your job on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I look forward to listening to all of your presentations, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the semester. Bye!